Alrighty, welcome back to the nest again. As you all know, I said in the last video I was going to give you a review of a movie which you're all familiar with, and tonight I am going to be reviewing the first animated movie in the marathon, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from 1937, also Walt Disney's first ever film. I have to say he is a genius for making a movie out of a fairy tale in his own wee story. I have to say I really enjoyed how it's in colour for once, because the past three movies I reviewed, they were all black and white, and the last movie I was reviewing, I was actually like, I really hope this black and white wears off eventually, because I'm actually getting sick and tired of it. But I guess they all want to try something a wee bit different, and they decided to go for colour in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And did it work? It really did. So it tells the story of a young princess named Snow White who lives with her jealous stepmother, the evil queen. And one day she finds out that she is not the fairest in the land anymore. Her stepdaughter is. And that set off a lot of bombs. She actually hires a huntsman to... I gotta love the huntsman because, even though he's got a strong exterior, on the inside he's got a heart. And at least he actually stopped himself from killing Snow White at the last minute. How could you kill someone so kind and optimistic and sweet and beautiful? And eventually, she comes across the dwarf's cottage, which she believes belongs to 7 orphaned little children. I do gotta say, I always thought that Snow White hated doing chores for her stepmother, but it turns out she actually really enjoys doing the cleaning in the dwarf's house. And Alicia sings a wee song to keep her happy. As I see the dwarfs, I gotta wonder, they work by mining diamonds, but who do the diamonds go to? The only people we ever meet are the dwarves, the huntsman, Snow White, and the queen. I wonder what kind of dictator the queen is, because I don't know what how she runs her village. Because as you know, the big castle is like in a big village, but a small village, but I just don't understand how it works. I thought it was pretty gruesome seeing the queen ask for Snow White's heart in a jewel-shaped box as proof of the deed. That was graphic, especially for the first animated movie we've reviewed here. Imagine if they actually showed the heart. Nah, I'm kidding. But yeah, the queen eventually finds out that, it was a fake heart that she received. Snow White may think that the queen doesn't know where she is, but the magic mirror knows everything. Over the 7 jewelled hills, over the 7th fall, in the cottage of the 7 dwarves, lives Snow White, fairest in the land. Imagine having a magic mirror who just knew everything. He's basically the oracle. So the queen decides to go to the cottage and kill Snow White herself, but she needs to use a potion. And she decides to turn herself into an old peddler hag. And I also think that the queen decides to... This is a bit of character development. I feel like the queen just begins to lose all signs of sanity, because she's like, to whiten my hair, an old... Oh no, what was it? Oh yeah. To age my voice, an old hag's cackle. And later on, as soon as she becomes the hag, a perfect disguise. That's great character development there. I love how she decides to use a poisonous apple to kill Snow White. I also gotta say, I really enjoyed the transformation scene. One of the reasons why I think the transformation worked so hard is because you completely forget it is the queen. Like, to me, it's like a completely different person is out to get Snow White, but it's the same person. I wonder if that potion actually wears off, because the queen remains a hag for the rest of the film as soon as she changes. I gotta love the 7 dwarfs. I think my favourite is Dopey. He don't talk none. He don't know. He never tried. I actually think Dopey can speak, because as you know, you hear him You hear him yell whenever he thinks Snow White is a monster. Asleep in our beds! Both the animals and the dwarves have a runt in their group, if that makes sense. In the dwarf's case, they have Dopey. In the animal's case, they have the turtle, because as a running gag in the film, the turtle keeps having to climb up the stairs by himself and run by himself. He's just slow. That's just the way turtles are made. Don't judge him. How dare you? I do love the music in it. I do think there was a wee bit too much, but, you know, at least it brings some optimism whenever, you know, with the Queen going around and planning to kill Snow White. Really loved how they had the vultures waiting. But at least in the end the Queen gets her comeuppance. Thing I want to know is, if the potion never worn off, I don't think the Queen would ever be fairest in the land, because you can't have a hideous old hag in that film being the fairest in the land. Maybe she would have changed back to her old self whenever she got a different potion. But I love the happy ending, you know. You honestly think Snow White dies, but True Love's first kiss breaks the spell. And I think the one who had the best character growth was Grumpy, because, you know, he never really wanted Snow White in the house to begin with, but, you know, it just shows before he left work, just before she ate the poisoned apple, he really did want to kiss on the forehead whenever he went like this, and, you know, he finally had affection. And as you know, he actually led the charge towards the Queen in the climax of the film. You gotta love the big climax. That's probably my favourite part of a whole movie, a climax. I really hope that Snow White actually visits the dwarves on occasions, because, you know, I didn't want that to be the last time they ever see her. And I really like the dwarves gave her the beds, because the difference between the Queen and dwarves is Snow White definitely did do the chores for the Queen, but she was ungrateful for it. The dwarves were actually grateful, and because of that, they repaid Snow White by letting her sleep in the beds, even if that meant having to sacrifice their chances and sleep downstairs in a cooking pot, in a sink. It's just all craziness, but I guess that's the funny part of the movie. You gotta love the dwarves. The cheese and the crackers, for the first ever animated film, feature film that was in colour, I gotta say I really enjoyed this. They lived happily ever after. And I will say, you know, I really am looking forward to reviewing more animated movies. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and I shall see you guys in the next review. And I'm not telling you guys what it is yet, but in the next review, it's going to be a film we all know. There are going to be a lot of films that you guys love. Maybe there won't be sometimes, but I'm going year by year, if that makes sense. Don't forget that. That's what part of the marathon is. It's all exciting how I'm building up until the present day, and even if we get to the present day, I'm never going to run out of movies to review. So thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe, hit the like button, and I shall see you in the next review. Love you all to death. Take care of yourselves.